Welcome to the fascinating world of Indian numismatics. This field is much more than just the study of old coins. It's about uncovering the economic, social, and cultural stories hidden within the coins, currencies, and related objects that have circulated across the Indian subcontinent for thousands of years. These tiny pieces of metal are primary sources that help us reconstruct ancient trade routes, economic systems, and even the daily lives of people from different eras. As we journey through this series, you'll see how coins are windows into the past, revealing the evolution of Indian society from barter to bustling empires. Numismatics is defined as the scientific study of coins, tokens, paper money, and metals. In the Indian context, it's not just about cataloging objects but understanding their physical features, historical context, economic significance, and cultural meaning. Coins serve as primary evidence for reconstructing past societies, economies, and political structures. By examining their metal content, weight, and symbols, we gain insights into the rulers, trade practices, and even the beliefs of ancient India. This definition sets the stage for exploring how coins are more than currency, they're historical documents in miniature. Scope of Indian numismatics is vast and multi-layered. Coins reveal the metals used in currency: gold, silver, copper, and lead, and their purity and weight standards. This helps us understand ancient monetary systems, inflation trends, and the purchasing power of money. Coins found far from their origin point to active trade routes, while concentrations in certain areas highlight urban centers and market towns. The evolution of coin denominations and the presence of merchant guilds suggests sophisticated financial practices, including early forms of credit and exchange. Even the artistic designs on coins reflect the cultural and religious values of their time. Numismatics is crucial for reconstructing Indian history, especially its economic aspects. Coins often provide the only reliable evidence for dating dynasties and understanding their succession. They show the evolution from early punchmark coins to standardized issues, revealing the development of complex monetary systems. The quality and quantity of coins can indicate periods of prosperity or crisis. Changes in coin types or metal content sometimes reflect state revenue policies or fiscal reforms. Coins also mark the shift from barter to a money-based economy, enabling specialized crafts and long-distance trade. Study of Indian numismatics has evolved through various approaches. Early collectors focused on cataloging coins by appearance, while later scholars deciphered scripts and languages to identify rulers and dynasties. Art historians analyzed motifs and symbols, connecting them to broader trends. Archaeologists emphasized the context of coin finds, helping map circulation and regional economies. Scientific analysis now reveals metal purity and alloying techniques, while economic historians use quantitative data to reconstruct trends. Today, interdisciplinary studies combine history, archaeology, economics, and art for a holistic understanding of ancient India's economic systems. For coins, ancient Indian societies relied on various forms of exchange. Gift economies involved giving goods or services without expecting immediate returns, reinforcing social bonds. Reciprocity was more direct, with an expectation of return, while redistribution saw a central authority collecting and reallocating resources. Barter, the direct exchange of goods, required both parties to want what the other had, which limited large-scale trade. These early systems laid the foundation for more complex trade networks and the eventual need for a universally accepted currency. Ancient India's pre-monetary economy was diverse and adaptive. Cattle, especially cows, served as a primary form of wealth and medium of exchange. Grains like rice and wheat were used for local trade and as a store of value. Cowrie shells became popular for small transactions due to their durability and portability. High-value commodities such as metals, textiles, and spices facilitated long-distance trade. Standardized weights and measures ensured fair exchanges, while metallic ingots acted as proto-currency for larger deals. Barter remained common in rural areas, supporting self-sufficiency. Proto-historical period, especially the Harappan civilization, saw the evolution of more complex exchange systems. Barter became structured with customary equivalences between goods. Prestige items like rare stones and metals were exchanged among elites, serving both economic and social functions. Certain commodities such as copper or grain gained wider acceptance as measures of value. Within urban centers, centralized collection and redistribution of surplus indicated organized economic administration. These developments set the stage for the emergence of standardized currency. Harappan civilization was a marvel of economic organization without coin money. Agricultural surplus supported urban populations and specialized crafts. Highly standardized cubical stone weights ensured fair trade across vast regions. Thousands of unique seals, often with animal motifs, likely served as merchant marks or proof of ownership. Specialized crafts and widespread distribution of artifacts point to robust internal trade networks. Harappan goods reached as far as Mesopotamia, highlighting advanced international commerce, all managed without coins but through weights, seals, and barter. Despite their sophistication, the Harappans left us with mysteries. Their script remains undeciphered, so we rely on archaeological evidence like weights and seals to understand their commerce. Harappan weights were incredibly precise, often varying by less than 0.05%, a level of accuracy comparable to modern standards. This precision underpinned a trusted system for trade and taxation, ensuring commercial integrity across the civilization. The absence of coin money didn't hinder their economic complexity. Instead, it highlights their innovative approaches to trade and administration. After the Harappan decline, the Vedic and post-Vedic periods marked a gradual shift towards a true money economy. Cattle, once the main form of wealth, became impractical for daily transactions as populations grew and economies specialized. Metallic units like nishka and satamana emerged as standardized measures of value for larger deals. The rise of craft guilds in urban centers increased the demand for a common medium of exchange. Expanding trade routes and the formation of larger states pushed towards the adoption of coinage, setting the stage for India's first true coins. Transition from barter to a monetary system was revolutionary. Barter's limitations, especially the need for a double coincidence of wants, restricted trade. Metallic pieces began to be weighed against standards like the raktika, acting as proto-currency. Around the 6th century BCE, punchmarked coins, irregular pieces of silver or copper stamped with symbols, appeared. These coins, backed by state or mercantile authority, increased public trust and facilitated taxation, trade, and urban growth. The introduction of money allowed for greater specialization and a more complex division of labor. Earliest Indian coins, known as punchmark coins (PMCs), emerged in the Janapada period. These coins were irregular in shape and weight, focusing on the intrinsic value of silver rather than uniform appearance. Silver was the primary metal, reflecting the value standards of the time. The labor-intensive punching technique allowed for multiple symbols, each potentially representing an authority or guild. These symbols acted as early forms of branding or authentication, ensuring trust in the currency and encouraging its acceptance across regions. Different Janapadas issued their own series of punchmark coins, each with distinct symbols and characteristics. Gandhara coins often featured a single large symbol and were found along trade routes to Central Asia. Kosala coins included crescents and stars, reflecting urban economic activity. Magadha's coins were prolific, with complex symbols and wide circulation, indicating economic dominance. Avanti coins showed lions and hills, while Shakya and Vajji coins reflected localized economies. The discovery of coin hoards in urban centers and trade routes helps map ancient economic activity and trade networks. Did you know that punchmark coins acted like ancient barcodes? Each symbol could represent an authority, a quality check, or a tax paid. Despite thousands of coins found, no definitive minting sites have been discovered, making it an archaeological mystery. The later imperial Magadhan series became so widely accepted that they functioned almost like the first pan-Indian currency, facilitating trade from Afghanistan to South India. These early coins set the foundation for India's monetary evolution. Mauryan Empire marked a turning point in Indian monetary history. Under Chandragupta Maurya, punchmark coins evolved into a highly standardized imperial currency. State control over coinage streamlined tax collection and enabled efficient interregional trade. The empire's administrative superintendents regulated agriculture, mining, and trade, integrating new markets into imperial commerce. Massive investments in infrastructure under Ashoka, like highways and rest houses, lowered transaction costs and spurred trade. The decline of the empire saw weakened control and disrupted currency circulation, impacting long-distance commerce. Aryan punchmark coins, especially the silver karshapana, became the backbone of the empire's economy. Silver coins were used for large transactions in state finances, while copper coins facilitated daily commerce. The standardized coinage system was essential for efficient tax collection and funding public works. The widespread circulation of Mauryan coins unified regional economies, fostered trust in transactions, and supported the growth of urban centers. Discoveries of Mauryan coins outside the empire indicate active long-distance trade. Aryan coins were produced by cutting standardized pieces from metal sheets and stamping them with small punches. The sun and six-armed symbol were almost universal, representing imperial authority and possibly cosmic order. Many coins also featured marks of local mints or guilds, indicating origin and quality. Strict weight standards and high purity ensured commercial trust. The uniformity in design and value promoted economic stability, simplified pricing, and enabled efficient trade across the vast empire. Arthashastra, attributed to Chanakya, details rules for minting coins and quality control, showing advanced economic thinking. Thousands of Mauryan coins have been found in hoards, acting as ancient bank vaults and providing data on trade and prosperity. Despite the later introduction of round coins, the irregularly shaped punchmark coins continued to circulate for centuries, a testament to their established trust and utility in the economic system. Early Indian economies were built on commodity and barter foundations. Grains, livestock, and crafts were exchanged before coins appeared. The introduction of punchmarked silver coins in the 6th century BCE replaced cumbersome barter, enabling interregional trade. State regulation and minting monopolies ensured coin purity and trust. Alongside metal coins, cowrie shells and tokens served as small-value currency, while guilds regulated weights, extended credit, and acted as early banks. Taxation could be in kind or coin, and advances in mining and metallurgy ensured a steady coin supply. Uniform weight standards allowed coins to circulate seamlessly across regions, reducing disputes and transaction costs. Inland and maritime trade corridors connected India to the wider world, with goods like pepper and cotton traveling to Rome and Egypt. The dispersal of artifacts, including punchmark coins and Indus seals, indicates integrated trade networks. Port towns levied customs duties, and regional coinages circulated side by side, knitting diverse economies into one market. Merchant houses issued promissory notes, and urban bazaars enabled price discovery and commodity standardization. Satavahana dynasty, emerging after the Mauryan Empire, fostered trade with the Romans and promoted agriculture. Their coins and art reflect a vibrant culture and economic prosperity. The Western Kshatrapas controlled key trade routes and were among the first to use regnal dating on coins. Both dynasties' coins circulated together, allowing merchants to pay local levies and trade without currency mismatch. This coexistence of coinages helped knit diverse regional economies into a single market. Metallurgical advances were key to ancient Indian coin production. Copper from Khetri mines and silver from river alluvium supported regional commerce. Bellows-driven furnaces at Taxila enabled mass production of coin blanks. Refining techniques ensured high-purity gold and silver, while early steel improved minting tools. Standardized dies under the Mauryans produced consistent coins, and royal assiers tested weight and content. The use of different metals, silver, copper, gold, bronze, brass, lead, and zinc, reflected economic needs and resource availability. Silver was the primary medium for high-value transactions, underpinning long-distance trade and tax collection. Copper coins facilitated everyday market exchanges. The Gupta dynasty's gold dinaras funded temples and diplomatic gifts, reflecting sovereign wealth. Bronze and brass coins stabilized supply during metal shortages, while lead and zinc coins served as emergency or small-value currency. The careful selection and alloying of metals ensured public confidence and supported economic stability across regions and eras. Coins reveal forgotten monarchs, map imperial boundaries, and document diplomatic alliances. The widespread distribution of Mauryan coins charts Ashoka's administrative reach. Hordes of Roman coins in South India illustrate active Indo-Roman trade. Gold tetradrachms of Kanishka depict Buddhist deities, signaling royal patronage. Gupta coins show rulers performing rituals, legitimizing their authority. Republican polities like the Yodhayas and Mallavas issued coins with inscriptions, confirming their existence and governance style. Indian coins are rich in artistic and cultural symbolism. Indo-Greek coins featured realistic portraits and bilingual legends, asserting legitimacy and cultural synthesis. Western Kshatrapa coins bore regnal dates and titles, creating a transparent fiscal framework. Kushan coins blended Greek, Iranian, and Indian deities, projecting imperial power across the Silk Road. Gupta gold coins depicted rulers in ritual postures, unifying regional economies under a common cultural idiom. Maritime emblems on Satavahana coins symbolized control over trade routes. Coins were powerful tools for royal patronage and religious endorsement. Kushan Emperor Bhima Kadphises issued gold coins proclaiming himself as Maheshwara, another name for Shiva. The Kushans depicted both Hindu and Iranian goddesses, reflecting cultural blending. Hindu deities like Lakshmi appeared on coins across dynasties, linking economic prosperity with religious belief. Buddhist symbols such as the Dharmachakra and Bodhi tree were common, while Jain symbols appeared later. Animal motifs like the bull and elephant conveyed strength, fertility, and divine connection. Ancient Indian coins provide a chronological record of script evolution, from the Indus script to Brahmi and Devanagari. Bilingual and multilingual coinage such as Greek and Kharosthi on Indo-Greek coins facilitated trade and script decipherment. Rulers chose languages like Prakrit and Sanskrit to reach diverse populations. Scripts on coins are tangible records of cultural exchange, while legends provide direct evidence of rulers, names, and achievement. The art and design of coins express cultural aesthetics and serve as educational tools. Introduction of punchmark coins marked a pivotal shift from barter to standardized coinage. Early coins were irregular in shape, with symbols hammered onto them. Later, cast and die-struck coins introduced more precise and uniform designs, often featuring rulers, portraits, and legends. This evolution reflects the growing need for efficient and reliable mediums of exchange as economic activities expanded. The state's increasing control over minting processes reinforced the legitimacy and trust in currency. Quantity and quality of coins serve as indicators of economic health. Prosperous periods saw the issuance of high-quality coins in precious metals, such as the Gupta and Vijayanagara gold coins. Debased coinage with reduced metal content or size signaled economic strain or decline. These changes help reconstruct the economic history of ancient India, highlighting periods of growth and crisis. Numismatics thus provides a direct window into the fiscal stability of past empire. Ancient India had a sophisticated taxation system, with various taxes levied to generate state revenue. Land tax, trade taxes, fines, and voluntary contributions funded public welfare, administration, and infrastructure. Officials managed tax collection and treasury accounts, emphasizing minimal citizen burden. The state also generated non-tax revenue from crown lands and manufacturing. This well-defined fiscal policy ensured efficient governance and public spending, comparable to developed states of the time. Monetary stability was crucial for economic prosperity. A coin-based system naturally stabilized prices, as rising commodity prices reduced the incentive to mine precious metals. However, inflation could occur due to coin devaluation or shifts in metal supply. Currency debasement by mixing precious metals with base metals or reducing coin size decreased currency value and redistributed income. These historical lessons in monetary policy remain relevant for modern economies managing inflation and currency value. Ancient India's economy was bolstered by well-established trade routes and vibrant urban centers. Cities like Taxila, Mathura, Ujjain, and Pataliputra were crucial nodes of exchange, connecting major land and waterways. Large empires built networks of highways and ports, creating a reliable economic climate. The city of Ujjain, for example, was a major trade center, and its coins often depicted the Ujjain symbol, possibly as an authenticity mark for traders. These networks facilitated the exchange of goods and ideas across regions. Guilds or shrenis played a vital role in organizing and regulating trade and crafts. These associations ensured product quality, set prices, and often acted as banks managing deposits and lending money. The state recognized and sometimes taxed guilds, integrating them into the fiscal system. Guilds contributed to economic stability, specialized production, and large-scale trade. Their presence in cities like Sapporo, Mathura, and Ujjain highlights their importance in commercial activities and urban life. Ancient Indian numismatics provides evidence of extensive international trade. Roman gold coins found in peninsular India attest to flourishing trade with the Roman Empire, where India exported luxury goods and imported gold. Coin hoards act as economic time capsules, revealing the types of currency in circulation, their spread, and periods of stability or upheaval. The mix of local and foreign coins in hoards helps historians understand the monetary landscape and economic interactions between regions and empires. India's monetary system often featured the coexistence of various currencies and exchange systems. Barter continued alongside coins, especially for local transactions. Cowrie shells were used for small deals in rural and tribal areas. The value of cowries fluctuated with supply and demand. This diversity highlights the adaptability of ancient Indian economic practices to different scales of transactions and regional needs, ensuring economic resilience and flexibility. Satavahana dynasty ruled the Deccan from the late 2nd century BCE to the early 3rd century CE. Founded by Simuka, the dynasty expanded under rulers like Satakarni I and Gautamiputra Satakarni. Their administration combined monarchy with a feudal structure, dividing the empire into provinces and villages. Major rulers revived the dynasty after invasions, consolidated power, and promoted trade, agriculture, and literature. The Satavahanas presided over a period of religious tolerance and cultural synthesis, commissioning rock-cut caves and supporting both Brahmanism and Buddhism. Simuka's coins are rare and made from copper and potin, reflecting early economic control over resources. Their irregular shape and casting technique mark a transition from punchmark to cast coins. The elephant motif symbolizes royalty and power, while Brahmi inscriptions confirm Simuka's identity and royal title. The Ujjain symbol on some coins indicates political influence over key trade routes. These coins set the precedent for later Satavahana coinage and provide tangible evidence of the dynasty's foundation. Satakarni I, the third Satavahana king, expanded the kingdom westward and conquered Kalinga. His reign is documented in the Nanghat inscription, highlighting military campaigns and authority. He performed costly Vedic sacrifices, demonstrating wealth and power. The economy prospered with agriculture and trade, and coins featured motifs like the bull and tree enrailing. Society followed the four-varna system, with women holding respected positions. The dynasty showed religious tolerance, supporting both Brahmanism and Buddhism. Gautamiputra Satakarni is credited with reviving the Satavahana dynasty after a period of decline. He reclaimed lost territories from the western Kshatrapas, as detailed in the Nasik Prashasti inscription. His reign marked a golden age with territorial expansion, control of trade routes, and widespread coinage. Overstriking Nayapana's coins with his own symbols asserted political and economic dominance. He supported Brahmanism but also patronized Buddhism, continuing the dynasty's tradition of religious tolerance. Ulumavi succeeded Gautamiputra Satakarni, focusing on consolidation and administration. His reign saw a political alliance with the western Kshatrapas and control over strategic ports and trade routes. His coins famously depict a two-masted ship, highlighting maritime trade with Rome and Southeast Asia. Society continued the four-varna system, but his marriage to a Saka princess showed political flexibility. Ulumavi patronized both Brahmanism and Buddhism, and the Amaravati school of art flourished under his rule. Kushan dynasty, founded by the Yuezhi tribe, ruled much of Afghanistan, Pakistan, and northern India from the 1st to 3rd century CE. Under rulers like Bhima Kadphises and Kanishka the Great, the empire expanded, controlled the Silk Road, and became a center of cultural synthesis. The Kushans issued extensive gold coinage, reflecting economic prosperity and trade with Rome and China. Their patronage of Buddhism and the Gandhara school of art left a lasting legacy. Bhima Kadphises issued gold coins called dinars, imitating the Roman aureus and reflecting strong trade links. His coins depicted the king in divine poses and consistently featured Shiva, signifying cultural synthesis. Huvishka's coins were minted in Balkh and Peshawar with portraits and symbols reflecting trade and political stability. The Kushan Empire's administration shifted to Mathura, and their coins used multiple languages and scripts, showcasing the empire's diversity and cosmopolitan nature. Tribal republics like the Yadhas, Mallavas, Arjunyanas, Vrishnis, and Adambaras issued their own coins, asserting sovereignty and economic autonomy. Their coins, often made of copper, featured local symbols and legends reflecting martial heritage and religious beliefs. These coins were used for local exchange and commerce, highlighting the self-sufficiency of tribal economies. The tribal states were governed by councils, practiced religious tolerance, and maintained strong collective identity. Yadhas were a powerful military confederation in Haryana and Punjab, known for their fierce independence. Their coins often depicted the six-headed war god Kartikya, symbolizing their martial identity. They resisted foreign invasions and controlled important trade routes. Yadha coins are artistically advanced, featuring gods and animals, and reflect a well-developed and self-sufficient economic system. Their society was egalitarian, emphasizing collective identity and loyalty to the tribe. Mallavas, originally from Multan, settled in Malwa and issued tiny copper coins with simple symbols like lions and bulls. Their minimalist art style and establishment of the Vikram Samvat calendar highlight their lasting legacy. The Arjunyanas, based in Rajasthan, issued coins with animal symbols and maintained a republican government. Both states had strong tribal bonds, resisted invasions, and maintained economic autonomy through local coinage and agriculture. Vrishnis, centered in Dwarka, were a legendary republican tribe associated with Lord Krishna. Their rare coins featured a bull and Brahmi inscriptions reflecting Vaishnavism and maritime trade. The Adambaras in Himachal Pradesh and Punjab issued beautifully crafted coins blending Indian and Indo-Greek elements. Their coins depicted the god Vishmitra and a sacred tree, symbolizing local identity and religious beliefs. Both tribes maintained economic stability and cultural richness through their coinage.